me about your love for cars and how did it all begin?
Love for cars? Wow, that began actually a long time ago. I like old, so not vintage so much, but classics. And I mean, actually the car I've got now, which is a Mark II Jaguar 1962. I mean, I've had that about 25 years. I would say my love for cars started with that.
So how different is it as an experience to actually jump from, say, a Fortuner or a BM, which just sort of really pampers you with all the best thing in the world, all the luxuries and lots of electronics at your disposal, and then get into one of the vintage cars? And
it's something I often think about. The Fords, the Plymouths, the Mercedes, all these old cars. When you drive them, you're really involved in the car.
Right.
I mean, it's literally the heartbeat of the car.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not very cliched, but the heartbeat of the car, you can feel it. My BMW is what, a 8-speed automatic transmission. That's a car I would drive when I'm coming back from a party at night. You don't want to think. You're chatting with your wife, you don't want to think. You just want to discuss the events of the day and what's happening with the kids and stuff. I mean, it's an effortless, brainless. It's really what I would call a brainless drive.
So this is like a Jaguar 1962. Tell me more about its specifications and stuff.
Okay, this is a 2.4 engine. This same model came in a 2.4, 2.8 and a 3.4. 2.4 is a huge fat engine. So this one's got the smallest of the three engines. But the 3.4 used to be one of the fastest cars around in the 60s.
Yeah.
And you couldn't catch these cars. And in fact, it used to be called the bank robber's car because the guys who did the Great Train robbery actually had cars like this because it's the best getaway car. The cops couldn't catch you. So it was also stylish. It was known as the bank robber's car because it was cool, stylish, and fast.
Any 32 Ford that you talk about, people always say it's a V8 engine. It's got the big V8 sign in the front. That's not our car, because our car was like the ugly duckling. It was like the firstborn, and the engine wasn't ready. So the Ford engineers slapped on the old engine. So it's a 28 horsepower engine, single carburetor. It's a boat-shaped distributor. It's a 6-volt battery. It still runs on that. And it's a mechanical brake system, which means that it's like cycle brakes. When you press on him, you press really hard, because that car is going to stop as hard as you can press it. And some of the unique aspects of the car is that the bumper design is such that if it was, even in those days, they thought about pedestrian safety, that if you hit a pedestrian, it's not going to really hurt them.
Today there are all sorts of cars which cost lakhs and lakhs and crores. That's just money, that's not necessarily taste. These cars are taste.